who that would be.
We're rolling, Dave. Don't fix your hair.
You're gonna leave that in. Bob, if I was Larry Merchant at the end of one of those HBO fights, I might say something. I might look at my shoes and say I'm reminded of 2004 with this team, because they're starting to just manage games around the defense, and this was as ugly as a lot of those.
To their credit, though, the defense did pitch a shutout. They held Coleman to 70 yards on 20 carries. First time in 11 games he hadn't gone over the 100-yard mark. The offense still has all of the same issues that they had about 2 months ago. Christian still threw a couple of interceptions, but I think you have to really take your cap off to the defense to be able to come on the road in the middle of a 4-game streak and play that well against a runner who's so dangerous. I think it was probably their finest hour this year.
Yeah, probably not Kevin Wilson's finest hour, because he seemed to have something going there with the scissors option, the ability to run his young, admittedly freshman quarterback, but that kid was pretty quick, and I think if they'd scissored him along with Coleman, maybe they would have had something, but he got completely away from that, and they never used them both at once, barely ever.
I just love the fact that Bob Shoup went into the meeting room this week and said, we need a shutout to win the game, and that's what we're going to do, and Penn State went out and did
and
it.
They got a defensive shutout.
You know how some people, they say that and they don't mean it? I think Bob Shoup probably
might have meant it.
And I think Penn State's defense, especially the front seven, took it seriously, and they delivered.
And Tevin Coleman is one hell of a back.
Yes.
I mean, he's arguably, you could put him on Wisconsin. I think he's a better back than the guy there. And to hold him to, what was it, 73 yards?
It was 70, I think.
20 carries?
Yeah, just a great job. He didn't have. They talked about gap control and staying very disciplined in their gaps. The other thing they did very well, I thought, was tackle. You didn't see a lot of missed tackles, not only on Coleman but on the receivers. There was not a lot of yards after contact.
Yeah,
it was they tackled very well. I thought they kept their composure. Some of them got frustrated because I think they felt like some of the offensive linemen on Indiana were either holding or taking liberties. They kept it under control, and Franklin eventually put it on the defense to win the game when it mattered, and
the giveaway was at the end of the game, where last year maybe Bill O'Brien gives Hackenberg the ability to throw it in the end zone, kill the game.
Right.
Here they're just trying to gum it to death, get another field goal, get it up to 6, and let the defense win it, and that was the right thing to do.
Right. Well,
you don't want to throw the ball the way this offense is.
Get used to seeing that if they have the lead in the fourth quarter from here on out, because that's how they're going to have to play. We would be remiss if we did not give some credit to Bill Belton for making a little Penn State history today. The longest TD run in Penn State history, 92 yards. The previous long run was by a Penn State running back in 1894 at Navy. It's been 120 years since Penn State's had a TD run this long. It wasn't Warner, it wasn't Kajana, it wasn't Larry. It was Bill Belton, and it came right after the interception when Penn State was down 7-0. It's the turning point in the game.
Had to have it. And bowl eligibility is at stake next week at Beaver Stadium when the Temple Owls come in. And that should be an interesting.
I'm gonna have to be watching my picks closely because Zettel knows who I pick, and he's holding it against me. So I'll be picking this game very carefully.
I didn't pick against Penn State, Bob. Anyway, that's it from Hulk-like Memorial Stadium in cold, gloomy Bloomington, Indiana. From Bloomington, sayonara.